Good evening. Hey, good evening, Garrett. It's a little dark here in the shade, but that's okay. It's actually fairly cool. So tonight, hello to Colorado. Give everybody just a few minutes to hop on here as I stand on a golf course, and this idea came Des Moines, Iowa. Fantastic. What on earth is going on in Des Moines, Iowa other than corn sweat? So if you haven't, while I'm waiting for a few people to hop on, if you haven't heard of corn sweat, it's the latest thing that the media is talking about of why we are experiencing such humidity. So talk about media that just doesn't know what the heck is going on. That is for sure the case. So anyway, wanted to hop on tonight and talk a little bit about honesty. And funny enough, this came up this morning. I had the opportunity to golf with an old coworker, and so we're standing on a golf course, and we golfed 18, and things were great. It was a good morning. We got out there before the heat, but if you don't golf, you chase this ball around. Now, growing up, I never thought I would golf, but the reality of it is you can have a lot of great conversations in the game of golf, and really just kind of just do it for the heck of it. Of course, if you have nothing better to do, but it's still a good time. I don't golf a whole lot. Golf maybe 2-3 times a year if I'm lucky. But so, we're having a few good holes, and we're hitting a really bad on a few holes. And, we're probably about hole 16, I think it was. And my buddy had a horrible drive off the tee. He's like, Sean, this game really keeps you honest. And I said, really? I said, tell me. And he said, well, just about the time you think you're getting along really good, you have a really bad drive. And I said, well, that's fair. But I said, isn't this a game where basically if you hit way too far right, if you've got a slice to the right like I do, you just really kind of take this white ball and you drop it wherever you want to play, essentially straight in line with where you drove way over to the right on probably what was another fairway for another hole. So I'm like, really? So you call that honesty? And he kind of laughs, because that wasn't where he was going by any means. But, and of course, yeah, it's a little rough, or maybe you're right behind a tree and you don't want to hit that. So you, what do? You take it, you move the ball, and you go play right out in the fairway or somewhere else. So anyway, we kind of joked that that'd be a great supper with Sean topic to discuss. So I'm heading out of town to have supper with some other friends, and I thought, I'm just going to swing back here by the golf course in Bloomington that happens to be on the way, and use it for a backdrop. It seemed pretty convenient. But how does that apply to our jobs and really leadership positions? And I think this world, as we think about our opportunity within it to be a bright spot and to be an honest spot, whether it's within with dealings with our landlords, or whether it's dealing with businesses that we deal with, or whether it's taking on leadership responsibilities or managing people, I'll tell you what, we often tiptoe way too much around the problem. So much like a curveball in golf, where we fully see it and we say we're going to change it, or we're going to attempt to change it, or we're going to make it different. Now, of course, a little different because there's no real harm in golf. And of course, the only honest golfers, I think, are the old retired guys that are out here every morning that actually have a good game. But, when you think about how you play the game of life, and are we really being honest and transparent with those people we deal with, I think that's really important. And at the end of the day, honesty wins. And oddly enough, this weekend, I periscoped from St. Louis Wednesday night, I think it was, with Deeple. And that night was talking with a customer of ours. And of course, politics got brought up. And his point was, you know, I can't go to sleep at night with a conscience of voting for Donald Trump or Hillary for that matter, so I'm just not going to vote. Well, of course, he was challenged on that. But the reality of it is we have to make sure that what we're doing, whatever decisions we're making in leading people, are we doing the right thing for them and our business if we're in the business world? Are we doing the right things on our farm? Are we making decisions that are long-term decisions? Because, you know, as you think about it, honesty at the end of the day, honesty always wins. And whether it wins a golf game or not is debatable. But here's the thing. When we deal with people, people want to be treated with respect. And if we're honest with them and we explain our situation, I think most reasonable people are going to get that. Especially as we think about dealing with landlords and other businesses that we're dealing with. Because here's the thing, if you're not honest, it's probably going to catch up with you. And if it doesn't today or tomorrow, it will catch up with you. And so I think tonight as we really think about our operations and you know, interestingly enough, some other people that, or Bill I know has mentioned that, you know, if you're going to farm rented ground, farm it like it's rented ground, and because you don't have the same cost structure as you do with owned farmland, which is fine. But here's the thing, remember that short-term solutions are never good for long-term problems. So you've got to keep that in mind, that you only do what you feel comfortable doing. And of course, making business decisions is tough, but you've got to be honest and transparent when you do that. And like I said, at the end of the day, honesty wins. So whether you're whether you're out here on the golf course and throwing a ball around to get it to the right spot, little different story, but I thought it was a really, really practical way to talk about honesty. And of course, we joked about that for the rest of the last 2 holes of the golf game about a game of honesty. But I'll tell you what, we have so many as leaders and young farmers, we have such a great opportunity to affect those people around us and be honest, be transparent, teach them what it means to be honest, and you do that just by what you do every day. So be that positive leader, be honest in all your dealings. You know, you think back to the FFA creed, if you were an FFA, and be honest in the game of life, you know, be fair in the game of life. And that's what it is. So tonight on Farming Friday, not at the farm, but certainly a golf course that's treated very much like a farm if you think about the maintenance and the upkeep and inputs required. But just something to think about tonight on honesty, golf, and how we deal with each other and those we're around. So everybody have a great weekend. Be safe out there. Gosh, it's hotter than heck. Drink plenty of water and just stay safe so you can watch Supper with Sean on Monday. But more importantly, so you can go home to your families and enjoy them this weekend. So be safe out there. Have fun. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sharing. And we'll see you Monday night on Supper with Sean.